Hello everyone, welcome to the Manchester United versus Rangers watch along here on Daily Red Devils. So excited to watch this next pre-season game with you. And obviously the big headline is that Leny Yoro is starting for the first time in a Manchester United shirt. Obviously he only signed from Lille 2 days ago. Medical was yesterday. Medical was on Thursday. His first day of training was on Friday and he is in the matchday squad. So really happy and excited to see what Leny Yoro can do here. But before we go any further, please smash a like on today's video. Please subscribe to the channel if you are new. And yeah, really excited for this one. We're about 10 minutes away from kickoff, so get your comments in. Let me know what you're thinking. I'll try and make this watch along as personal as possible, where we can have some back and forth, some questions. Obviously, we're not able to do that a lot of the time on the standard shows because we're just talking about football, but I think in these pre-season games it does give us a bit of an opportunity to have a bit of conversation, to chat to each other. So yeah, really excited to see how Manchester United perform today. But first and foremost, let's go through the team news for today's game. So in goal, we've got Andre Onana, we've got Murray at left back, and then we've got a defensive two of Johnny Evans and Leny Yoro. Wan-Bissaka at right back, you've got Collier and Casemiro as your two CDMs. You've got a front three of Sancho, Mason Mount and Ahmad, and then you've got Wheatley as the striker. I'm actually quite excited about this team, you know. There's some decent players there. I think Wheatley's an exciting talent. I think, obviously, Leny Yoro, everyone's excited to see. The central defensive midfielder, Collier, number 8, he looks absolutely amazing. So, yeah, really excited to see how we get on today. On the bench, you've got me, Vitek, Al Joffrey, Amas, Bennett, Fish, Jackson, Ogoni, Hannibal, Jack Fletcher, Hugo, Ennis and Scanlon. So the bench is still very much youth players. Anthony, still not in the squad. People saying maybe he's going to leave. That is a possibility. We can talk about that, of course, in the show. Bit strange that Anthony's not in the matchday team. Obviously, Sancho back. First game for Sancho in... I don't remember. I don't know when the last time Sancho played for Manchester United was. It was a very long time ago anyway. But yeah, really excited to see how we get on today. Let's see who's in the chat. Welcome Salah. Welcome Grayo. Welcome Football27. Score-wise, I think we should win this one comfortably, to be honest. I'm going to go 3-1 Manchester United. I think it'll be relatively easy because we have got some decent players out there today, whereas the game last week, the only senior players we had were Johnny Evans, Mason Mount, and I think that was it. Ahmad wasn't there. Sancho wasn't there. No Rashford today, which I think is obviously going to get some people talking. But yeah, I don't know. It's a bit of a shame, isn't it? It would have been nice to see Rashford today. Let me have a look at the Rangers teams quickly. So Rangers have got Jack Butland in goal. They've got Davies, Suter, Sterling and Jeffer as their defence. They've got Barron and Diamande, Wright, Lawrence and Cortez. And then they've got Dezers as the striker. I only know maybe 2 or 3 of their players. So I can't really comment on it. Obviously, I know Jack Butland. I've heard of that Diamande guy. What happened to their right back? Maybe he left. I'm thinking of James Tavernier. What happened to him? Is he still at Rangers? He's in the video thumbnail, so I hope he is still at Rangers. That's going to be awkward if he isn't. Yeah, it says he plays for Rangers. Rangers reject bid. So yeah, maybe he's on the way out. Maybe that's why he's not playing today. But let's have a look. Oh, yeah, he's got... Yeah, it looks like he's leaving. But right, let's see what else people are saying in the chat today. Salah's saying that apparently Rashford has an injury. RM says, where is Xerxes? Xerxes still on holiday, mate. Xerxes got 3 weeks off. Bruno had 3 weeks off. Dallo does. Kobe does. Luke Shaw does. Hoyland does. Who else does? A couple of other people does. Solo Galaxy says Xavi Simons has just agreed personal terms with Bayern. Do you think we can still get him? I think it honestly all depends on Ruud van Nistelrooy, whether Ruud van Nistelrooy can convince Xavi Simons to come to Manchester United. I think anything's possible in football, you know. I'm not until the contract is signed, I would say that Manchester United still have a good chance of getting Xavi Simons, you know. I think Xavi Simons could come to Manchester United and he would get some decent game time. Whereas I do wonder if he joined Bayern, how many opportunities would he really get? That's the question that I asked myself with Xavi Simons and Bayern Munich. You know, I know it would be Champions League football. I know he already plays in Germany at the moment, so it makes, you know, it's easy. RM says, what's your name? My name's Kieran. Good to meet you. Hope you're doing well. Greo says, who have we got on the bench? I already went through the subs a minute ago. We just went through them. There isn't really any first-team players on the bench at all. The only first-team player is Hannibal Mejbri, and he's not really even a first-team player. That Vitek guy's on the bench, the goalkeeper, who played well last time. Obviously, Onana's back in the team. He's back. McTominay's not in the team yet. He was back at Carrington over the week, but no sign of McTominay. I mean, Sancho, Mason Mount, and Amad Diallo is a pretty good attacking line, isn't it? And then you've got Casemiro, Toby Collier, who's like one of the most exciting youth players, and then Lenny Yoro, Wan-Bissaka, and Onana. So we're getting closer and closer to our full-strength team, aren't we? Lenny Yoro and Onana will probably start the first game of the season. Casemiro, if he's still here, will probably start the first game of the season. But other than that, Wan-Bissaka might, depending on injuries. It's still a decent side, and I would expect Manchester United to go out there and put in a good performance, is what I'm saying. You know, there's no excuses to have a poor running. I know it's just to get minutes in their legs. I know it's not, you know, that important at the end of the day. You know, obviously it's important for us as fans, but as long as no one gets injured, that's the kind of main priority, isn't it, for most Man United fans here? Like, we don't want to see any injuries. We want Mason Mount to have a good game. We want Amad Diallo to have a good game. Like, that's all we can really ask for in today's match. Right, let me just get my stream up. Where are we? There we are. See what people are saying in the chat quickly. Gregory says, is Johnny Evans started? Yes, Johnny Evans is playing. Mohammed says, have we signed Chido Martins from Arsenal yet? No, not yet, mate. It does look like that deal will happen, but we haven't signed him yet, no. Football 27 says we should go for Jeremy Frimpong to replace Wan-Bissaka. Yeah, I do like Jeremy Frimpong. I just don't think the Man United will go for it, to be honest. Somebody's asking about Cancelo and Joao Felix. I have no idea, to be honest. No idea whatsoever. I've heard nothing about Joao Neves. Joao Felix and Cancelo. Romano86 says, how's it going? I'm very excited to see Lenny Yoro. Yeah, me too. I think it should be a very, very interesting. The haters are literally waiting for Lenny Yoro to drop a stinker, aren't they? But the haters are always going to be hating, aren't they? We know that. Right, let's get my video up. We're about 5 minutes away from kickoff. It looks like it's a sold-out stadium. 67,000 people, I think it is. Ibrox. Something like that. It's a big stadium. Very big stadium. I think they're doing some sort of minute silence at the moment. Somebody's saying, can you share the streaming link to the match? Unfortunately not, mate. If I stream the match on my channel would be deleted and banned. So unfortunately, I cannot share the streaming link. That's not possible. Solo Galaxy says, have you heard anything about Jonathan Tah? With Jonathan Tah, Bayern Munich have agreed a deal with Bayern Leverkusen, but unfortunately for Bayern Munich, they need to sell De Ligt. So, yeah. And everyone who's just joined, if you could do me a favour and smash a like. We've got a pretty good amount of people watching already. So let's see how many likes we can end up on today's show. I think last time we did a live stream for a watch along, we got about 100 likes. So let's try and beat that. I know, obviously, there is every single Manchester United channel is streaming right now. So it's very difficult to compete. So I really appreciate all the people who are watching this with us. This is only really like the second ever proper watch along we've done. We did a couple last season, but yeah, they are quite long, the watch alongs. They're quite hard work. So any support you can give, I do, of course, appreciate. Gregory says, do you think United are improving with the quality of players on the team enough to finish in the top four? I think we can finish in the top four if we don't have an injury crisis. If we have an injury crisis, then no way. Because our first team is good. I think it's good enough to probably finish second, third. But our bench is poor. And the way that Manchester United have been the last 12 months is injury, you know? So, yeah. But yeah, it looks like a pretty full stadium today. There's a couple of empty seats. Everyone's waving at the camera. I'm just going to fill up my water before the game starts, because I want to get that sorted first. I'll be back in literally 30 seconds. Don't go anywhere. Like the video. 1 minute. Right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Just needed to get my water, get all my things prepared ahead of this stream. Let's see what people are saying in the chat then. Somebody's saying they will get my water for me. That would be nice. Salah says, what a chair. Yeah, it is a very, very nice chair, this one. Very nice. I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but it is a very nice chair. Someone's saying there's a 15-minute delay. I've heard nothing about a 15-minute delay. If anybody knows... Cesar says, hey, Kieran, my 1-year-old baby, Addy, says hi. Hello. Hope you're good. Why is the game delayed? Does anybody know? I haven't got the match on yet. I'm just talking to you guys. So if anybody knows why the game is delayed, that would be very much appreciated. Let me have a look if I can find out. Apparently, Greek side Panathinaikos are in talks to sign Pellistri. Little bit of news there for you. Does anybody know why the game's delayed? I can't see anything anywhere about why it's delayed. If anybody knows, let me know. It says, due to queues around the ground, kickoff has been delayed until 4:15. Thank you, blah, blah, blah. So I guess it must just be there's loads of people still waiting to get in, I guess. Maybe the ticket scanners are broken or something. 15-minute delay because of people still waiting to get in. 15 minutes it's been delayed by, till 4:15. That's long, isn't it? Very, very long. Somebody says, when can we see your pets? They'll come up at some point, don't you worry. The dogs have been on the stream before. I was thinking that the other day, right? If you wanted to get viewers, imagine how many viewers you would get if I had like a chair here and then just had like a dog sat by me the whole way through. People would love that, wouldn't they? RM says, Kieran, have you ever been to Old Trafford? Yep, I've been to Old Trafford many, many times before, yes. I usually go to anywhere between... I think the most games I've ever been to was maybe like 15 in a season. Last season I went to maybe like 6 or 7. The season before that I went to loads because I went to like all the Europa games on the Thursday when Ronaldo was there. I'm going to the Community Shield as well. I've got maybe 5 tickets for this season. I'll probably buy another 5 when they first come out. So yeah, I go to as many games as I can. I'm on the waiting list for a season ticket, but the wait for a season ticket is like 20 years or something. What else have we got? Salah says, what breed are your dogs? My dogs are Staffordshire Bull Terriers. So it's they're quite small, quite chunky, very loving, love humans, very affectionate, quite naughty at times, but very, very good dogs. Like, I'll see if I can get a picture to put up on the screen. Let me see if I can find a picture of my dogs for you, because I know people will like that. Give me a second, everyone, and I will find you a picture. What have we got? Just have a look. Give me 1 sec. I'm just going to find a picture of the dogs. I know most of you have probably already seen them who watch the show regularly. Let's see if I can find them. I've only found I've got a picture here of one of them, so I'll stick that up on there for you. Give me 1 sec. Here we go. All right, there's the dog. That's one of them. And then the other one. I don't know. I haven't got any pictures of the other one. I've got a boy and a girl. Oh, this picture. I've gone down a rabbit hole now. We've got 15 minutes to kill, so I'm just going to put some pictures of my dogs up on the screen. That's what my dog looked like when it was a puppy. That was him the day we picked him up. I told you that the watch-alongs will be a bit more personal. Some people might not care about them, but there you go. Now you can finally say that you've seen the dogs. I will get them up on the stream one day, but I've got to make sure they're comfortable. Otherwise, they probably won't want to sit there. Yeah, they're very cute. They're very loving, very affectionate. Raspberry says, how much is a season ticket? I think it's a couple of grand. It's quite a lot. RM says it looks like a dragon. Joshua says, cute. I love staffies. I have a miniature Labradoodle. Wow. Fair enough. Yeah, so we've got two. One of them is the other one's uncle, so they're both related. One's a girl, one's a boy. Gregory says, do you ever watch any of the other Manchester United fan channels, and do you like any of them? To be honest, I don't. Like, we do so many videos on this channel. We've got such a nice community on this channel that I don't really see the point in watching other channels. Not because I don't like them, just because they're probably going to be talking about similar stuff to what we're talking about. The only exception that I did watch quite a lot of last season was Webby and O'Neill. Because I think theirs is kind of different. It's just, I think it's a father and a son who run it. I'm pretty sure. Or at least it's a father and a son who are on it most of the time. And yeah, I quite like their channel. Just because it's different. I think all of the other channels, like, we're all talking about the same stuff. Obviously, we have different opinions. We have different ways of presenting things. We have different, ways of running the channels. But, like, all of the other channels, generally, they're talking about the same topics. Whereas, yeah, I think they kind of talk about other things as well. And I think they've had Gary Neville on, and, I like their stuff. But other than that, not really, to be honest. But do you guys watch any of the other channels? Let me know. Like, it'd be interesting to see which other channels you guys watch. I know a lot of the time, like, we're live at the same time as other channels, and I always appreciate it when you guys choose to watch this instead of the other ones. Wandy says, what are your score predictions? I'm going 3-0. Romano saying that apparently they're booing Sancho. I mean, that was probably going to be expected, wasn't it? It would be interesting to see the reaction to Jadon Sancho at Old Trafford. That's going to be very, very interesting. I don't think the Old Trafford crowd will welcome him, to be honest. I think once they've got it out of them, like, they will, But I think that first game, it's going to be very, very difficult. Josh says, where are you sitting in Wembley? I'm not actually sure yet, mate. I haven't bought my ticket yet, but me and my friend are going to go. I will do that. I will definitely buy it very, very soon. What else have we got? Well, somebody asked me something a minute ago, but it's gone. Oh yeah, RM says, when did you start supporting Manchester United and how? So, for me, my uncle and my mum support Manchester United. They were both born and grew up north. My uncle still lives up north, so my mum's family are all from up north. And from a young age, my uncle used to take me to Manchester United quite regularly. And from then, I just love Manchester United. And then if you go back to when my mum was growing up, my mum used to take my uncle, because I think my mum's maybe, I'm not sure. She's a bit older than my uncle anyway. She used to take my uncle to Old Trafford with her because he was too young to go on his own. So it's kind of like it's been passed down. I think that's how a lot of people support football teams, isn't it? It's like a family member or, you know, and that's how it was for me. So yeah. And I've always just loved football since then. I've played football, not at like a professional level, but I've played football, you know, Sunday League, always supported Manchester United. Not really that interested in international football. Reg says the Scottish League has already started. Really? Has it actually? That's weird if it has. No, it hasn't. The Scottish League hasn't started yet. I was going to say that'd be very, very strange if the Scottish League had started. Mila says the Charity Shield game. Yeah, I'm going to go to that. Salah says, will you do match previews? Yep, we'll definitely do match previews. 100%. 100%. I'm not going to do match previews for friendlies, and I'm not going to do them for... yeah, I'm not going to do them for friendlies, and I'm not going to do match reactions for friendlies because I just think it's not really... You know, it's just not worth it, to be honest. Yeah. I'm more than happy to record other videos, you know. I'd rather record a video where we can talk about lots of things than just be focusing on, like, a friendly. Grayo says, Kieran, regarding your comments earlier about Rashford, Sancho and Mason Mount feeling like they're new signings, I couldn't agree more. Give them another season for them to prove how much they want it. Yeah, mate, 100%. And I think a lot of people have overlooked that. A lot of people are just like, Mason Mount's a flop, Jadon Sancho's a disgrace, Marcus Rashford, get him out of my club. But if you spin that on its side, right, all three of those players are like new signings. So, yeah, really, really good. Salah says, do you think you'll still record the 7 o'clock video? Sorry, the 6 o'clock video. Probably not, because I think this game will run on past 6. So yeah, I'll probably do 7 o'clock tonight, I imagine. I'll let you know as soon as we know what time this game finishes. I'll let you know. But I imagine we will probably do 7 o'clock tonight. I reckon. But I'll let you know at the end of the stream. I think this game will still be live at 6. So I'll probably wait a little bit, maybe go off and chill for half an hour and then come back. Obviously, see what news there is. RM says, what 6 p.m. video? So usually at 6 o'clock, we do a show every single day. Usually we do shows at 8:30, 1:30 and 6. But obviously this game means that we won't do the 6 o'clock show because we'll be watching the game. Hopefully the game starts in a minute because it's getting pretty frustrating. Oh, it looks like the players are out on the pitch. All right, the players are out on the pitch, so we should be starting any minute now. Gregory says the Scottish League starts the first weekend of August. Yeah, it was just someone said that the league had already started, and I was thinking that doesn't sound right, but... RM says, do you think Yoro was forced to join Manchester United? I don't think so. I think he had an offer from Manchester United for life-changing money. And he had the opportunity to get his boyhood club a massive transfer fee. I think that was the situation he was in, you know? Whereas Real Madrid, yes, they said they want him, but I think a lot of it was just them messing around, trying to get him for free. So, yeah, I don't know. Right, looks like we're getting ready for kickoff now at last. I think we're a minute or so away from kickoff. Casemiro is the captain today. I still do feel like Casemiro could have a redemption season this year. I know most people want him sold, and I probably want him sold as well, but if the offer doesn't come in for Casemiro, then I don't think it's the end of the world, you know, for one more season. I would still prefer for him to be sold, but I'm not going to cry if he doesn't get sold. Because I have a feeling that Casemiro has that mentality where next year he'll come back stronger. RM says, I heard that Lille told Lenny Yoro they wouldn't play him if he stayed. Apparently that story was put out by Real Madrid. That's what I've heard. That they're trying to put that story out so it makes it look bad for Manchester United. Jason says the music from your record label is proper. I found you guys on SoundCloud. Nice one, mate. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's what I do on the side. Well, I do. That's my main job, really. This is on the side. All right, we're about to kick off here. Oh yeah, my timer's still broken. I need to get it fixed, so I'm just gonna turn the timer off. Yeah, my timer's broken. I need to get it fixed. What does everybody think of the black shorts with the red bit on? They're quite nice. I'm really excited to see Toby Collier. All right, the kickoff is off. We've started. Let's see some goals today. That's all I want. Is just some goals. Oh, nearly. Someone in the chat was saying that apparently Rangers are a little bit further ahead in their kind of fitness. Rangers have just got a free kick here. We've literally been in the game for like 30 seconds and we've already got a player down rolling around on the floor. Which is always good fun, isn't it? Don't know why he was making such a meal of it. What, like, you're playing in a friendly and you're rolling around on the floor like you've been shot. Don't think it's entirely necessary, but fair play. That is the way that modern football is these days, isn't it? Even in a friendly. Welcome to Melissa, who's just joined the Daily Red Devil Members Club. Thank you very much for your support, my friend. I really, really do appreciate it. If you do want to join the Members Club, I'm going to drop a link in the chat to do that right now. And I'll pin it at the top. So if anybody is in a position to join, please do get involved. Any support is appreciated. Rob says, that dog was lovely. There you go, mate. Those are my dogs. I've got 2 of them. Rob says, do you watch the overlap? Yeah, I love the overlap. Really, really like the overlap. That football content wise, I'd say that's my favourite channel, the overlap. Absolutely quality. I love all the interviews. I like Gary Neville a lot. I like Ian Wright. I like Roy Keane, obviously. And what's the woman called who's on it? She's really good as well. I can't remember her name, but she's funny. I like her. And I think she really complements the other 3. I can't remember her name. She played for Man City, didn't she? But yeah, she's funny. Really, really like her. And obviously all the guests they get on there are just amazing. So yeah, I'd say the overlap's probably like my favourite YouTube channel, I would say, from a footballing world. And I really like all of their like fan debate ones they do before the season where they have all of the different people from different clubs who all go and, you know, like I really like that. Joshua says 2 former United players in the Rangers starting 11. Jack Butland is one. Jack Butland, did he play for Man United? I feel like he was, wasn't he? He was a loan at one point. The other one, I don't know. I don't know who the other one is. Let me see if I can work it out without cheating. I'm going to look at their players. So Jack Butland, he definitely played for Man United at one point, didn't he? I don't know if he actually ever played though. I know he was on loan. Who's the other one? Tom Lawrence, I reckon it is. That's my guess. Tom Lawrence. No, it's not Tom Lawrence. I don't know. I honestly don't know who it is. Please tell me. Maybe that Diamande guy? That name sounds familiar. No, it's not him either. I honestly don't know. Who is it then? It must be somebody from youth level because I don't recognise any of the other names. Is it Jetfy? No, I don't know. Who is it? Tell me. Jack Butland. Who's the other one? Tom Lawrence came through our academy. Oh, okay. I thought it was Tom Lawrence. I looked on Transfer Market, but I couldn't see. He must have never actually played a first team game, though, I guess, right? Yeah, I can't see anything. Yeah. Butland and Lawrence. RM says, isn't the goalkeeper kit supposed to be purple? I haven't actually seen the goalkeeper yet. I was looking on my phone at, here we go. Here's the goalkeeper. Oh, yeah, it's green. Let's see what Lenny Yoro can do then. I think most of the focus is going to be on Lenny Yoro, isn't it? For me. And see what Sancho can do as well. Sancho had a really good pre-season last year, didn't he? Do you remember? He was playing as a false nine. Got some good goals. Toby Collier's got his socks like really far pulled down. Has anybody else noticed that? It looks like he's not even wearing socks. Number 8, Toby Collier. All the other players have got like their socks like pulled up to like their knees, and he's literally got them like barely on. Oh, Rangers are quite up for it. Does anybody know, like, is this Rangers' first team? Is this their reserves? I only recognise a couple of the players' names. Onana's just kicked the ball out. Oh. We're about 5 minutes in here. Not really too much has happened. Erik ten Hag's looking pretty animated on the sideline, walking about. Where's the dugout gone for Rangers? They've just got some plastic bench, some plastic seats on the side of the pitch. Is that how it always is here, or have they usually got a dugout? Lenny Yoro's mad, isn't he? He's 6'4", at 18. Like, how tall do we think Lenny Yoro is going to get to? Because you still grow, don't you, when you're 18, I think? Or when do you stop growing? Does anybody know? Let's have a look. When do you stop growing? I feel like it's 21, maybe. Do you stop growing? Sancho's got the ball there. Yeah, so apparently you stop growing when you're in your early 20s. So Lenny Yoro could get even taller. He's 6'4" at the age of 18. Could be 6'5", 6'6". Romano says, why do they keep playing the ball back? I think we've looked all right, to be fair, so far, compared to how we were last week. Toby Collier looks good. Oh. Ahmad. It's good to see Ahmad get some game time. Here we go. Corner, Manchester United. Good play by Ahmad. I definitely think it's going to be a big season for Ahmad this year. I really do. Yeah, it was good bit of play there. Casemiro puts the ball over the top. Ahmad gets it, controls it, goes past the man, but oh, ooh, nearly. Oh, Josh says this isn't Rangers Stadium. Rugby goes on in this stadium. Where? What? So they're not playing in Glasgow? Where is this then? It is. Oh, they're playing in Edinburgh. Okay. Fair enough. Raspberry says, I love seeing Garnacho play. He deserves game time. I agree, mate. I do. I thought it was at oh he's not going to get that. I thought they were playing at Rangers Stadium. I didn't know it was somewhere else. I guess it's because it's a bigger stadium, right? I wonder how much the tickets were for this game. If anybody knows, they're probably quite expensive, I reckon. Mila says, I like what I see in the first 2 minutes from Euro. Yeah, looks good. I think Toby Collier looks good. He looks very... That was a good tap. That was... He got the ball. He got the ball. Okay. Yeah, Toby Collier looks good. Oh. Good defending there by Lenny Yoro. Very nice. That's what we bought Lenny Yoro for there. Look at that. Look at the mentality of him as well. He's just done more there from a mentality perspective than some of the other centre-backs we've had have done in the whole time of their career here, haven't they? We need another one of those like mentality monsters, don't we? And he looks like that type. I know all he did was clap his hands, but that was an unreal tackle. Beautiful tackle. Josh says the stadium has a capacity of 67,000. Wow. Well, you can see why they do these preseason games, don't you? Like, they're probably charging anywhere from £50 to £100 a ticket. 67,000 people. It's probably, they're probably making £5 or £6 million off tickets alone for this game. So you can see why, they're playing. Obviously, Man United have got a massive fan base, and Rangers have got a massive fan base. So it's been more entertaining than the last preseason friendly has so far. The last one was very poor, but as I keep telling you, like, the purpose of these games is for minutes in the legs, Like, that's all that really matters. Obviously, we want to see goals. Josh says, I can't wait to see Lenny Yoro at Wembley. Yeah. I mean, that game's pretty soon now, isn't it? The Community Shield. It's in like 3 weeks, I think. Is it 3 weeks today? Soon, anyway. Jadon Sancho. Lovely. Oh, no, is it? Yeah, nice. I'm actually kind of excited to see Sancho play again. Like, he is a good player. It's just getting Sancho in the right headspace. And if you can do that, then I think you unlock a very good player. If he's in the wrong headspace, then he's just not great to have around. Gregory says the United preseason tour charges hundreds per ticket. I didn't know that. I've never been to a preseason game ever. I get it if you live in Edinburgh and this is on, obviously you would go, wouldn't you? But I'm not exactly going to fly to Edinburgh for this. Lenny Yoro looks good so far. Standout performer. Raspberry says I can't see who won the shirts. It's on the post. If you go on the competition post, it's on there. It was somebody called James something who's already emailed me, and then somebody else. Jason says, what number is Lenny Yoro wearing? Number 15. Magic Hotel says, soon it'll be time to pick our fantasy football squads. Yeah, we'll do a fantasy league again this year. Grayo says, I'm getting more and more impressed with Collier every time I see him play. He has a little bit of Roy Keane in him. Yeah, I think he's looked good, mate. He's definitely got the legs compared to some of our other midfielders. Romano says that Sancho hasn't impressed him so far. I thought he's been all right. It's not, emphasize the word all right. It's not like he's done much, but here we go, Sancho. The thing with Sancho is, right, it's all little touches, little tricks, and like minor things that, if in the right team with the right players, connect everything together. And that's the thing. It's like, oh, do you know what I mean? Yeah, Toby Collier looks good, though. He's looked decent. I honestly think Toby Collier this season will be on the bench. I think he'll be like a rotation player. Somebody else is asking about the shirts. We've spoke about the shirts yesterday, guys. I already put them in the... Yeah, we said before who won the shirts. If you go on the community section on the website, you'll be able to find it. Someone in the live chat will be able to help you if you're trying to find out who won the shirts. If you go on the community section, go on the YouTube page, go on community and scroll down to the post that says giveaway, and then look at the pinned comment. It will tell you who won. It's on there. It's there for you to see. Don't you worry. Everyone who's watching, could you smash a like and subscribe if you haven't already? That would be very much appreciated. Got a free kick here for Rangers. Jeez. One of the Rangers players literally had a shot from God knows how far. That was Lawrence. It was the one who used to play for United. Does anybody know if this is Rangers' first team? I think it might be, because they all seem quite old. They don't seem like youth players, but if anybody knows, let me know. Apparently PSG have just sent a bid for Joao Neves. That's just come out in the last couple of minutes. Fabrizio reporting that apparently they've just put in a bid for Joao Neves and personal terms are now agreed. Here we go. Lovely. Oh. Should have been 1-0 there. That would have been lovely. Great play by Ahmad. Wheatley nearly scored. Very, very close. Wheatley passes the ball to Ahmad. Ahmad runs down the wing, goes past one, cuts the ball back. Wheatley, oh, literally goal clearance from the Rangers player. Oh, Jadon Sancho, balling. Got a free kick here. By the way, as well, we should, in the next week or so, we're going to change all our branding. It's going to look completely different. All the thumbnails, the logo, everything. So that's something to watch out for. Got a free kick here, Manchester United. Mason Mount about to put the ball in the box. It'd be nice for Lenny Yoro to get a goal, wouldn't it? Oh. Oh. He went for a shot, Mason Mount. Josh says, as it stands, I reckon Lenny Yoro will start against Manchester City in the Community Shield. Mida says, we're playing well. We didn't even play league games as well as this. Yeah, and mate, I'm happy with what I'm seeing so far. I think we've been playing decent. We should have scored a minute ago. Yeah, it's been decent. Let's just hope we get some goals. Like, that's the most important thing, isn't it? I would love to see Lenny Yoro get a goal. I know it's probably unrealistic, but I would love to see him get a goal. And I want Wheatley to get a goal as well, the striker, the young striker. I think he deserves a goal. He's like a player who's on the brink of breaking through into the first team, isn't he? But yeah, so far, I'm enjoying it. I'm entertained. And that's all you can really ask for, innit, in a game of football. Oh, what is wrong with these Rangers players? It's actually a pre-season friendly and they're going down at every single opportunity. It's like, why? I don't even see how that was bad enough for him to go down, but fair enough. Mila says we're playing fast, 1-2 touch passes and nice pressing. Yeah. Yeah, it's decent so far. We should be 1-0 up, definitely. I'm going to be honest, right? That new goalkeeper kit is horrible. Absolutely horrible. The black one I like. If anybody's seen the black short sleeve goalkeeper kit, that's nice. But this green goalkeeper kit is horrible. I'm probably going to get is it the white third kit? Like with the red, white, and blue, is it? I'm probably going to get that one, I think. The new third kit's really nice, if people haven't seen it. Salah says, when will Højlund, Fernandes, etc. be back? They'll be there for the pre-season tour, which is next week, I think. The first game, next Friday, maybe. When they go to America. I think most of the players will be back for that. I don't know if Mainu will be back, because obviously he was in the Euros final. But, yeah. Most of them will be back in time for the game against Arsenal, I think it is, our first pre-season, our proper... this is kind of just like to get minutes in the legs of the people who didn't go on the international. Ahmad's been quality this game, just to say. Absolutely quality. I'd say Ahmad, Lenny Yoro, and Collier are the standout performers so far. All three of them. Midas says that Højlund is apparently training like a madman. I've been watching his Instagram. But yeah, for anybody who's just joining, the three stand-up performers so far, Lenny Yoro has looked really, really good. Amad Diallo has been really good. And Toby Collier, the CDMs, look decent as well. I think Sancho's been all right, but some people are saying that they think Sancho's been rubbish. There's always going to be one, though, innit, who slags off Sancho. I think Sancho's played some nice little passes, some nice touches. Everyone who's just joined, if you could smash a like and subscribe, that would be really, really appreciated. Everyone is welcome here on Daily Red Devil, so make sure you get involved. Oh, that was close. Is that Ahmad? Ahmad nearly scored an absolute screamer there. Top corner. Very, very close. Jason says, does Yoro speak English? Yeah, he does, yeah. I saw an interview of him earlier and he was speaking English. There was a video interview of him talking to Rio Ferdinand as well. I assume he can speak, obviously, French, because he's French, and he can speak English. I don't know about other languages. Most like footballers who aren't English can speak loads of languages. It's only the English footballers who just speak English, really, isn't it? A lot of the time. I remember seeing like Lukaku can speak fluent Italian, Spanish, French, Belgian, like he can speak like 5 or 6 languages fluently, Lukaku. It's crazy. There was an interview where, I think it was with TNT Sport, wasn't it? Where he is literally speaking like 5 different languages in one interview. Oh, that's mad. Magic Hotel says that Ahmad must be our winger going forward. I do really, really like Ahmad. I think he has a big future, and I would definitely keep him at Manchester United. I definitely think he is good enough to kind of rotate with someone else. I personally, first game of the season, would probably have Garnacho on the left and Ahmad on the right. But I personally reckon that Erik ten Hag will have Rashford on the left and Garnacho on the right. But we'll wait and see. It all depends on how many injuries and stuff we have and who's available and who's the most fit and all the rest of it. Raspberry says Casemiro looks really slow. I mean, in all fairness, Casemiro's always been quite slow. He's not particularly fast. Even when he was at Real Madrid, he wasn't ever particularly fast. But I get what you mean. Solar says, who is our left back? The left back's someone called Murray. I think he featured in the last game against Rosenborg. But yeah, I think he's a youth player. Here we go, Jadon Sancho. Lovely. Oh, nice. Sancho's been decent. I'm relatively impressed with Jadon Sancho so far. You got to think, right? Jadon Sancho's just come off the back of a Champions League final. He is confident. He's in form. He's got that swagger back because he's effectively like he's literally just been in the Champions League final, Jadon. James says it's taken a bit of a while to get going. Yeah, it has a little bit, but I do think it's picked up. That's a nice ball from Sancho. Got another corner here. I think we've been decent. Joshua says Murray is 19. And Josh says Ahmad is playing against one of his former clubs. Yes. He was obviously on loan, wasn't he, at Rangers a couple of years ago. I don't know how that loan went. I don't think it went particularly well, did it? I might be wrong. I know he did well at Sunderland, but I think he struggled a bit, didn't he, at Rangers? I think he didn't get that much game time or something, maybe. Jadon's got the ball again. Number 18. Amad Diallo. Oh. Toby Collier looks solid. Lenny Yoro looks solid. Ahmad's been decent. Jadon Sancho's been decent. I've not really seen Mason Mount too much. It's been relatively quiet. But overall, can't really complain about what I've seen. It's been relatively entertaining. The last game was extremely boring. I just hope that the second half isn't a completely different team. It probably will be, but I hope it isn't, you know? Because effectively, the players who are on the pitch now are the best players that we have available at the moment. The bench is literally all youth players, every single one of them, apart from Hannibal. So I think footballing-wise, we're probably going to get the best half this half. I mean, I might be wrong. Maybe they'll come out and score 4 goals and I'll be sat here looking like an idiot. But as it stands at the moment, we'll have to wait and see. James says, I love the way that Yoro passes the ball. He passes it with such speed. Yeah, mate, he looks quality. Absolutely quality. He's composed. Toby Collier, beautiful pass there. Poor cross from Wan-Bissaka. Really nice ball there from Toby Collier. For a CDM as well, to be able to play that pass. Christopher says, how has Yoro been? Yoro's been decent, mate. Really, really good. He made a really good tackle in the first half, Yoro. Jadon Sancho on the edge of the box here. Oh, that was back to Jadon Sancho. Yeah, Jadon's definitely got his confidence back, hasn't he? Got a free kick here on the edge of Rangers' box. Yeah, Jadon Sancho, honestly, he's balling this game. You can see when a player's got their confidence back, innit? His head's not dropping at all. Like, he is going for it. And it's what I was saying on the show earlier on today, you know? Like, Jadon Sancho, Mason Mount, and Marcus Rashford are effectively new signings this year, really. Because the expectation for all three of them is so low that I think they've got something to prove. And I think they will prove that to us. Like, we just got to get behind them. All three of them. Especially Sancho and Rashford. We've really got to get behind them, you know? That doesn't mean that I wouldn't sell them if a big bid came in for them. I'm just saying that at the situation we're in right now, getting behind Sancho and Rashford is the best thing for Manchester United, you know? James says, got to remember when we have Shaw on that left, we'll drive the ball forward. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, very true. I've said this to you many times before, though. Like, Wan-Bissaka going forward is, I don't want to say useless because that's pretty horrible to say, but let's be a bit more fair. He is ineffective, Wan-Bissaka, in attacking areas. Whereas defensively, Wan-Bissaka is amazing. One of the best, I think. But obviously, Man United want to score goals. And when you've got Wan-Bissaka who can't attack, and then all season we had no Luke Shaw or Malacia, it was problems, you know? Very, very problems. Josh says, I think Toby Collier could break into the first team this season. I think he could as well, mate. He looks quality, Toby Collier. Like, if Casemiro left and we got Manuel Ugarte, I would have Toby Collier as the backup based off what I've seen. None of us thought Mainu would be a starting midfielder, did we? And he is, and he just played in a Euros final for England. Like, we've got to get behind our youth players. What's the point in buying someone for loads of money if we have someone in the academy who is, you know, on the brink of being good enough? So, yeah, I would definitely still obviously sign Manuel Ugarte, but if Casemiro leaves, yeah, Sancho looks confident. It's good to see. Nice ball there from Mason Mount. Oh, Ahmad went for the bicycle kick. It's crazy to see Ruud van Nistelrooy sat as the assistant manager, isn't it? Ruud van Nistelrooy, Erik ten Hag, and Rene Haak. Oh, Rangers are in here. Rangers have had a couple of chances this half, to be fair, but yeah, standout performers: Toby Collier, Lenny Yoro, and Ahmad so far. Notable mentions: Sancho. Nice ball from Yoro there. Very nice. Yoro doesn't look like an 18-year-old, does he? Of how confident he is on the ball, how good he is, how composed he is. No wonder he has all the hype that he does. Like, Lenny Yoro doesn't look like a player making his debut for Man United at the age of 18. He looks like a player who's... Oh, nearly. Corner. Magic Hotel says, with Ruud, Rene and Ten Hag here, do we actually even need McLaren anymore? I don't think McLaren's an assistant coach anymore, is he? I think he's just like a coach now. I might be wrong, but I think he's been like demoted effectively. Obviously, whatever he's called's gone, isn't he? Can't remember his name. The old assistant manager who used to drive a yellow Lamborghini that I just thought was funny. Oh. Rangers on the counter-attack here. Good defending there by Ahmad. Oh, just giving the ball straight back to them, though. Good play there by Casemiro. Wheatley. Oh, very well played. Come on. Manchester United nearly had a counter-attack there. Christopher says, do you think Yoro's looking confident on the ball? Mate, he looks so confident. As I just said, Lenny Yoro does not look like a player who is 18 playing his debut for Manchester United. I would say he's probably, honestly, the best player on the pitch so far, Lenny Yoro. He looks the most composed. He's playing beautiful passes, one-touch pass. He's not like doing a Maguire where he stands on the ball for 5 minutes and then passes it backwards. Like every time he's looking forwards. Every time he's looking to do something positive. And he did an amazing tackle in the first half. In the first like 10 or so minutes as well. Stopped a goal from going in. Oh, who's that? What the fuck was that? Sorry to swear. They're going to score now, aren't they? Again, Yoro, beautiful tackle. I don't know what happened there. That's just... Great defending by Yoro again, though. I mean, this is what happens when you're playing alongside Johnny Evans. Lenny Yoro tries to play the ball ahead of Johnny Evans, and Johnny Evans is just stood there like a rock and doesn't move, and then the opponents get it. Because Johnny Evans is probably looking at it thinking, do you know how old I am? Do you genuinely think I can get that ball? You know? It wasn't even far ahead of him. It was like 2 or 3 meters in front of Johnny Evans, and he didn't even bother running for it. He just like looked at it, and the Rangers player took it, and they nearly scored. James says Yoro looks quality. Mate, he looks unbelievable. Best player on the pitch by far. That mistake then wasn't on him. That was just an 18-year-old expecting his other centre-back be able to run 2 meters, but he obviously doesn't realise that he's playing alongside Johnny Evans, who is obviously a legend of the game, well, maybe a legend. That's a bit kind, but like, yeah, Johnny Evans is not very fast, is all I'm trying to say. He's very slow. Romano says, if we can't score against Rangers, how are we going to score in the Premier League? I mean, there's probably 2 players playing today who are going to start the first game of the season, realistically. Those 2 players will be Onana and Lenny Yoro. Wan-Bissaka won't start. Mason Mount won't start. Toby Collier won't start. Like, none of these players are going to start the first game. Think about it, right? Martinez isn't here. Luke Shaw isn't here. Dallo isn't here. Kobe isn't here. Bruno's not here. Hoyland's not here. Oh, there we go. And we've just scored. Ahmad, 1-0. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. What a goal. So, in answer to your question, we can now score against Rangers. That was beautiful. Beautiful. I'm telling you, Ahmad's been absolutely unbelievable today. That was a lovely goal. Absolutely lovely. Let me just change the thing on the screen for you quickly. So it says that we scored. Beautiful goal, that. Just watching the repeat back here. So Mason Mount gets the ball, drives at the defence. Amad Diallo comes into the box, left foot, curls it into the bottom corner. Beautiful goal. Absolutely beautiful. I see what people are saying, though. Like, Ahmad definitely deserves to be starting games, doesn't he? He's just got that, like, low sense of gravity when he's on the ball. Do you know what I mean? Beautiful. I'm just really happy for him. I think he's worked so hard, Amad Diallo. He went off on loan twice. He didn't complain. He just keeps working hard, working hard, working hard. And I think he definitely does have a future at Manchester United. So, yeah, fair play to Amad Diallo. Lovely goal. The assist was Mason Mount. Mason Mount drove at the defence, passed it to Ahmad, and then, yeah, Ahmad scored the goal. So, yeah, very nice goal. 1-0 Manchester United. Salah says Ahmad is shorter than 5'7". Yeah, he is quite small, isn't he, Ahmad? But that's why he's got that really low sense of gravity. That kind of like Messi-esque when he's on the ball, you know? He keeps the ball really close to him, which makes it difficult for the opponent to get the ball off him. They have 2 options. Either they tackle him and foul him, or he goes past them, pretty much. But yeah, I definitely think that this season is the breakthrough year for Ahmad. We just have to hope that Anthony gets loaned out because, yeah, I just don't think that Anthony sniffing around the club is the best thing for everybody. Because Erik ten Hag obviously has this whole thing where he wants to prove that Anthony's good, so he's going to play him. But yeah, I think it is detrimental to our team, isn't it, when Anthony plays? When you can see what Ahmad can do. I know it's just a pre-season friendly. Lenny Yoro's just hoofed the ball forward. Oh. It's been a good half so far, though. I'm happy with what I see. You know, I've got no issues whatsoever. Rewuski says, do you think Mason Mount's having a good game? I think he's been all right, mate. He just got the assist. He's played some nice passes, some nice little touches. He's working hard. Jadon Sancho tracking back now. We've got to show appreciation when people do this, right? I know people are like, he should be doing that, but have a look at what Jadon Sancho just did then. He was way up the pitch, tracked back the whole way, put the player under pressure, and then got the ball back. That's what we want from these players, you know? We're not saying they have to score 5 goals every game. We just want them to work hard, put in the effort, and obviously then their quality will shine through. And that's what Jadon Sancho did there. You know? It's the same with Rashford. That's all we ask, is that they track back and they look like they care. And Jadon just did that. So, yeah, that's good. The thing with Mason Mount, I can see people talking about him in the chat. Like, Mason Mount's a quality player. I just don't really see how he's going to get game time because Bruno doesn't get dropped. Bruno never gets rotated. So how are we going to give Mason Mount game? You know? Austin says, how is Sancho doing? Mate, Sancho is balling today. Absolutely balling, I think. I don't know what you guys think. I think Sancho's done really, really well. He looks like he's got his confidence back. He's got that swagger about him. He's working hard, playing some really nice passes. Nice crosses. the opponents, you know, when there's like that player on the pitch that like all the opponents look a little bit like scared of almost. Jadon Sancho's that player, and Ahmad is that player today, those two. Every time they get the ball, the defenders are kind of look a bit worried. But yeah, so far I'm happy with what I'm seeing. Obviously, the second half is going to be like a lot of youth players, we have to remember. So, yeah. Rewolski says, I like Mason Mount. I'm expecting big things from him this season. Yeah, mate, Mason Mount's a quality player. I know people like to troll him and say we got a flop, whatever, but Mason Mount is a good player. Everyone who's watching, if you could smash a like on the video, that would be really, really appreciated. Let's try and see over 100 on today's show. I know, obviously, like, this is one of the first... I know this is one of the first watch-alongs we've done, so the viewers is obviously going to take a while to build up. So I'd appreciate it if everyone liked and subscribed. Here's Ahmad again. Here and again. Sancho. Nearly. Very close. Ahmad and Sancho are absolutely balling this game. Balling. Beautiful. Ahmad gets the ball on the right-hand wing. Goes past one. Squares the ball to Jadon Sancho. Jadon literally just hits it over the bar. But yeah, beautiful play by Amad Diallo. Unbelievable touch to bring the ball down. Goes past one, passes it back. Yeah, Ahmad is actually on form today. Christopher says, is Yoro commanding the back four? Mate, he completely is. He absolutely is. Good play there by Mason Mount. Tracked back and won the ball back. Mida says that Ahmad reminds him of Salah. I know what you mean, mate. I know what you mean. He's got pace. He's got skills. He's got that trickery. It's half-time here. 1-0 Manchester United. Let's get some comments in. Let's get some questions in. Let's have a bit of a conversation at half-time. 1-0 to Manchester United. What did everybody think? Let me know. And obviously, if you are just joining, make sure you like the video at half-time. Really helps the channel. Make sure you subscribe as well. Get involved. But yeah, notable mentions. Yoro, unbelievable. Amad Diallo, ball-in. Sancho, ball-in. And I think Toby Collier did well as well. So yeah, really, really happy with what I've seen so far in the first half. 1-0 Manchester United. Beautiful goal from Amad Diallo. Right, what's everyone saying? Solar says, do you think the goalkeeper will come on? I don't know, mate, to be honest. I hope that they maybe keep some of these players on for a little bit longer. But I imagine they'll probably change everybody. I imagine it will be a whole new starting 11, maybe minus the goalkeeper. I know against Rosenborg, we kept on Vitek. Obviously, Onana wasn't available that game. Isaac says, how is Collier doing? Mate, Collier is absolutely... I think he's doing amazing. Absolutely amazing. Casemiro looks slow, sluggish. Doesn't look like a player at the level that we need anymore. Whereas Toby Collier, genuinely, I think has been really, really good. He's bringing the ball up the pitch. He's always looking for the pass forward. He's got those legs, which Casemiro doesn't have. He's constantly tracking back. Like, yeah, Toby Collier's done really, really well. Ahmad's done really, really well. Sancho's done well. And Lenny Yoro has... I think Lenny Yoro has actually impressed me more than I was imagining. Genuinely. Like, Lenny Yoro has been absolutely quality. I don't want to keep saying that over again, but at the same time, I want to show appreciation to our players. I want to get behind these players. I want to get behind Sancho. I want to get behind those who, you know, have been doubted. Because all we want from Manchester United is to win games, play nice football, and to see them working hard. And so far, I don't think anybody has been bad, really, that game. Obviously, I said, like, Casemiro looks a bit sluggish, but that's not really unexpected, is it? Johnny Evans looks a bit sluggish, but he's 36. What do you expect? Who else? Mason Mount's been good. I think he's done well. The striker, Wheatley, I think's done all right. Who else have we got? Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka's just Wan-Bissaka, innit? going forward, as I said, I just don't think he's effective at all, whereas defensively he is. So it's kind of hard to comment on Wan-Bissaka, I think. Unless he makes a one-on-one challenge, he just doesn't really stand out to me. I just think he's average. But then every now and again, he'll make like a crazy tackle, won't he? So yeah, for me, Wan-Bissaka is kind of just like an average performance, you know? Big ups to Chunky Philly Shorts, who says, big love, Kieran. Love the videos. Thank you very much for your support, my friend. And as well, guys, big ups to all of you who are part of this channel. I really, really do appreciate you. Like, the growth at the moment has been absolutely unbelievable. And we've got some crazy things planned for the future. And I'm not just saying that. I've got some really important meetings next week with some people who want to get involved in the channel. I'm not going to say anything more at the moment because obviously I can't until everything's confirmed. But if what is potentially going to happen happens, then honestly some mad things could be happening on this channel in the near future. So yeah, big ups to all of you. I really, really appreciate it. Yeah, so yeah, I'm excited about that. Let's see what people are saying in the chat then, shall we? Jeffrey says, Yoro, Martinez, Shaw and Dallo will be United's new wall. Yeah, definitely. T800 says, I think Wheatley needs a loan to a decent championship side. He's really talented and needs to develop. I would agree. I would agree. Yeah. There's quite a few players in this team that need to be loaned out, like Wheatley definitely. Harry Amas probably needs to be loaned out as well. I honestly think, from what I've seen of Toby Collier in the last couple of games, I genuinely think Toby Collier is good enough to be a bench player. He's not good enough to start, don't get me wrong, but I think he's good enough as a bench player. So yeah, I would definitely give him some first team football. Okay, let's see what people are saying. Christopher says, can I come with you? Mate, unless you're in Bristol, then probably not. Somebody says Ugate's been confirmed. Don't get me excited. Does anybody in the chat use Twitter as well, by the way? I'm going to drop a link to our Twitter in the chat. I've only just made it in the last couple of days or weeks. I've just started posting. So if anybody uses Twitter, I've just dropped a link in the chat. Go and make sure you follow us. I'm trying to build up the following on Twitter, but it's really hard. Super, super difficult. Some people might not care about Twitter, but I do think it's important, you know, to be on all the different platforms. We haven't even got a TikTok at the moment. We've got no Instagram. Like, all of that's to come in the next couple of weeks. Like, when this new person potentially comes on, it's going to take everything to the next level. Well, I think we're going to be doing a podcast. We're going to be doing like all sorts of different shows. Yeah, it's going to be really, really exciting. Really exciting. Romana says, Kieran, I was here since only 100 subs. Big ups. Mida says he deleted Twitter for mental health reasons. Fair enough. Yeah, well, if anybody does use Twitter, make sure you go and follow us. I've just dropped a link in the chat. I would do it again now. Everyone is welcome. Let me just drop a link in the chat. Follow us on Twitter. There you go. Anybody who wants to follow us on Twitter, I've just dropped a link in the chat. You can go and do that. It's just daily_red_devil. Bit long-winded, but is what it is. Yeah, Manuel Ugarte hasn't signed. Somebody was trying to troll me. I was thinking I would have seen or heard about it by now. There's not really been too much transfer news since we went live. It's gone quite quiet. Very quiet, actually. But yeah, very good first half for Manchester United. Some real stand-up performances. The second half is obviously going to be quite different. Sid says who scored. It was Ahmad. Beautiful goal by Ahmad. Absolutely unbelievable. And there was an assist from Mason Mount for the goal. Really, really nice. It's been a good performance by Manchester United. I think, anyway. I don't know what everyone else thinks in the chat. I'm happy with what I've seen so far. Yeah, really, really happy, actually. I think it's been a decent all-round performance. See a couple of you following me on Twitter right now, which is nice. Keep the followers coming in if you haven't already. I'll just keep dropping the link in the chat for those of you who want to get involved on the Twitter. Joe says, I missed the goal. Can you talk it through? Yeah, for sure. So Mason Mount gets the ball. He drives at the defence, passes the ball off to Amad Diallo, who is on the right wing. Amad goes past one defender, cuts in on his left foot, and then curls it into the bottom corner. It was a beautiful goal. Absolutely beautiful. And it showed you why Amad Diallo should be starting. Absolutely unbelievable. And I don't want to overhype him too much, but yeah, I think Amad Diallo is the real deal. Sid says, do you think we're playing the same style which we played last year? I actually think the football today's been better. I do. I think we've been playing a lot better today than some of the games we saw last year. And do you know why that is, right? It's because you've got people like Mason Mount, Jadon Sancho, and Amad playing. They're players who aren't greedy. They like to get others involved. They play little passes, little flicks and stuff. Whereas most of the time, this isn't me slagging them off. This is just me giving my opinion. Rashford and Garnacho, all they think about is running at the defence and shooting. Like, we know that, don't we? Whereas Amad and Sancho, it's all about taking on a player and then bringing other people into the game. Mason Mount, Amad, and Sancho as a three is like perfect for possession-based football because they're not greedy. They're not shooting at every instance. They're always trying to look for who's in a better position. Whereas Rashford and Garnacho, as much as I like both of them, they just, every time they get the ball, they shoot, you know? And realistically, in an Erik ten Hag style team, you don't really want players who are greedy and players who shoot at every given opportunities. You want players who are clever with the ball, players who want to protect the ball and that want to bring others into the game. And I think Amad, Mount and Sancho are those three types of players. And that's why I'm genuinely excited about Sancho and Mason Mount, and I see them as new signings because I can see how they would work in an Erik ten Hag style team. It all just depends on whether Erik ten Hag's got the balls to drop certain players, realistically. And I think if he does, we could have a very, very good season, you know? I think Rashford is an impact sub when the defence are tired is world class. I just think from the beginning of the game, all that Rashford is thinking about is shooting. The same with Garnacho, to be fair. Same with Antony. Like, all three of those players, all they care about is running at the defence and trying to score themselves. That's just what their play style's like. And yeah, I think it probably did make us suffer a little bit last year, especially if the ball doesn't go in the back of the net. You can kind of justify it if every time Rashford gets the ball, he shoots and he scores. But last season, it didn't work for him, did it? So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Erik ten Hag does. But Romano says, I just followed you on Twitter. Yeah, please do go and follow us on Twitter if you haven't already. There'll be loads of stuff going up on there in the next couple of days. I'm dropping the link in the chat now. I can see all of I can see all of you following, so big ups to all of you. Come and say hello on Twitter. We'll probably be doing live streams on Twitter at some point as well with like multiple people on the shows. So if anybody ever wants to get involved in that, that's something for the future. Reg says I was always going against signing Elise. Fair enough. Reg says all we need is a destroyer in midfield. Yeah, I agree, mate. It's Manuel Ugarte, isn't it? Welcome, Amnat. Hope you're doing well, mate. How you doing? Chima says I just followed you on Twitter. Big ups. It's nice to put a face to the name because I can see lots of people following us on Twitter in the last couple of minutes, which is really nice. So, yeah, make sure you come and say hello on Twitter. Mila says we've got Mason Mount and Simmons. I mean, we don't have Simmons lit yet unless something's happened. Joe says I went to UE. My mum used to be a teacher at UE. She used to teach English there. I didn't go to UE, but I know UE well. The Frenchay campus, I guess, right? Not Frenchay. It's up at... Where is it? I can't remember. Up at Stoke Gifford kind of way, isn't it? Someone saying they're banned from Twitter. Fair enough. Right, we should be getting close to the second half now. I probably should go and fill my water up. I'm going to do that quickly. Let me just fill up my water ahead of the second half. Whilst I'm doing that, make sure you subscribe if you're new. Make sure you like the video as well. And if you don't follow us on Twitter, go and do that. Come and say hello on Twitter, everyone. We're going to be way more active on Twitter. I've just dropped a link in the chat. Let me get my water, like the video, subscribe, follow us on Twitter. I'll be back in literally 2 minutes. Well, not even 2 minutes, like 30 seconds. Right, I'm back. Sorry about that. I just need to get my water. Joe says, nah, the one across the river, the old PLY campus. Is that the arts campus? Is that by Ashton Court? Sid says, are there any exciting youth players playing? Yeah, mate, it was a good first half. It really was. Exciting football. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I can see lots of you still starting to follow us on Twitter. Big ups to all of you. Anybody who hasn't followed us on Twitter, go and say hello. Romana says, you're not having a cup of tea today. I would love a cup of tea, mate, but that means I've got to go downstairs and I can't really be bothered, to be honest. Salah says there's a lot of changes. Yeah, literally, I think every single player is changing. Hannibal Mejbri's coming on. Let's see who else is coming on. I'm not going to bother updating the squad on the screen because I can't be bothered to do that whilst I'm live. Hope everyone doesn't mind too much. I think it's a whole new first team though, as far as I can tell. Onana's staying on the pitch. Other than Onana, is that Balogun? I think it is, isn't it? Yeah, it's literally a whole first team, other than the goalkeeper. Daniel says, I didn't realise you were doing a watch-along. What's up? Yeah, mate, the watch-alongs are still relatively new. I'm still kind of getting my head around it. I probably should be doing watch-alongs throughout the whole of the season, and I probably will start doing it. But yeah. I've probably only done like 5 watch-alongs ever. So I think every player's come off, by the way. The only person who stayed on the pitch is Onana, the goalkeeper. Everybody else is new. So it'll be interesting to see some of these other players. It'll be interesting to see Harry Amas. The first half I really, really enjoyed. I think Lenny Yoro was unbelievable. I think Ahmad was unbelievable. I think Sancho had a really good first half. And I think Mason Mount had a good half, as well as Toby Collier as well. So it was an enjoyable first half. And I'm excited to see what some of these youth players can do in the second half. Amnat says, Kieran, where the hell is Malacia? He's back in training. I think it's going to take a while, mate, for him to get back. Josh says he's going to put the new lineup in the chat. If people want me to change the lineup, I can do it quickly. The second half started now, so I've missed the boat. I've missed the boat. But it's a whole new lineup apart from Onana. Hannibal's the only player, I think, who is like a senior player. Other than Onana, obviously. Harry Amas is on. Will Fish. A couple of others as well. I don't know who the captain is. Yeah, I think somebody was asking me earlier on in the show when Bruno and that are arriving. Apparently, Bruno, Dallo, etc. are going to meet Manchester United players out in America. So they won't fly back to Manchester. They'll fly straight to America. So they'll be on holiday all of this week. And then they'll meet Manchester United in, I think it's New York on Friday. Salah says, do you think they'll do substitutions like this for the USA tour? Yeah, probably, mate. I imagine. Because you've got to think, right? Bruno, Dallo, not Rashford. Bruno, Dallo, Mainu, Luke Shaw, all of those people would have had like 2 or 3 weeks off. So they will need some time to get back. It won't take them long because they've obviously been part of the Euros, but they're not going to... I don't know, maybe they will be match fit. I don't know. I don't know how long it takes, you know? I'd imagine they will be, won't they? If they were playing in the Euros like 2 weeks ago, you imagine they'd be all right, but yeah. Amnat says, how many of these youth players will make it to the first team next season? I honestly think the only one will be Toby Collier. I think Wheatley will be around as well. I think maybe Harry Amas might be around, but I think that's probably it. Yeah, I imagine it'll be Toby Collier, Wheatley, and Harry Amas. If maybe not Harry Amas though. I think he maybe would do with a loan. Yeah, I think Toby Collier, from what I've seen of him so far, he looks more than good enough. I know we're only playing Rangers, and I know it's only a friendly, but he looks decent. So yeah, I'm excited for that. But let's hope that some of these youth players today in the second half impress us. That Enos guy looked quite good last time. I think he was a winger. Bam, 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 bam. Oh, yeah. That's a good point, actually. RM says, what about Vitek? Yeah. There is murmurs that Altay Bayinder's going to leave, so if Altay Bayinder leaves, I would promote Vitek. He was quality in the last game against Rosenborg. We're literally about to hit 31,700 subscribers, by the way. So if there's anybody watching who isn't subscribed, please do make sure you go and subscribe. Let's try and hit 31,700 by the end of today's stream. RM says, why did Mason Mount take number 7? I guess it was offered to him, mate. I don't know. I mean, yeah, it was probably just offered to him and he thought, you know what, I'm going to take it. Nigel says, I heard a lot of good things about Darren Fletcher's boy. Yeah, I think he's playing, isn't he? Is it Jack Fletcher? Joshua says Vitek has been loaned out the last 2 seasons. Yeah, mate, he looks ready to me, Vitek. I thought he was really good in the game against Rosenborg. I personally, if Altay Bayinder wants to leave, I would let him go. Because he'll start for Galatasaray or Fenerbahce or, you know, one of those Turkish sides. He's the Turkish national goalkeeper, isn't he, Altay Bayinder? I could definitely see him going. But obviously we'll wait and see. Yeah, Jack Fletcher is playing. I think the ones to watch are the left back, Harry Amas. He's the main one to watch. I think he's... Oh, and obviously Jack Fletcher as well. He's another player that's kind of very highly regarded from the academy. I think it will be a little bit more slower this half, but... Amnat says, do you think Kadioglu will join? It all depends on whether Wan-Bissaka leaves, really. Like, if Wan-Bissaka goes, Kadioglu will definitely sign. But, yeah, it all depends, doesn't it? It all depends. Have Rangers changed all their players as well? I didn't see whether they made substitutions. If anybody knows, let me know in the chat. I'm not entirely sure if it's... I think they've made a couple of subs. Josh says that Bayindir was meant to sign for Galatasaray after the season just gone. Yeah, I think Bayindir will go. We just got to wait and see what happens with Wan-Bissaka. RM says, do you support any other teams apart from United? No, mate, only United. It's strictly Manchester United for me. I don't support any Bristol teams because I don't have any attachment to any Bristol teams. Like, usually you support a team that like a family member or like a dad, a mum, whatever supports, don't you? There's usually some sort of connection, family connection with a football club. My dad doesn't like football at all, like literally at all. Even if it was, say it was the biggest game ever, he wouldn't watch it. He literally has zero interest in football, never has, never will. My mum's interested. Like she used to go to Manchester United with my uncle and stuff, but she's not like, she doesn't watch football all the time. It's more my uncle where I got my kind of football from. But yeah, like none of the Bristol teams I've got any connection to whatsoever. Because my mum's not from Bristol. My dad is, to be fair. But people asking for a link to watch the match. I can't help you with that, unfortunately, mate. It's on MUTV, so you'd have to subscribe to MUTV. But yeah, the first half was really, really good. Really solid first half. Some great football. Looks like it started raining now. Of course it has. The weather here today in England has been absolutely horrible. Horrible. I know English people are always complaining about the weather, but absolutely filthy. Yesterday it was like boiling hot, and now today it's raining. Amnut says, Kieran, after a certain time, let's make a live only on you. Yeah, we can do that. When we get to 50k subscribers, I'll do that. I'll do like a question and A show where I'll put up a post and people can put questions in, and then I'll answer as many questions as possible. We'll do that when we hit 50k. And you can ask me anything. Obviously, if it's stupid stuff, I'm not going to answer it. But within reason, I'll answer anything. We'll do like a live show where you can literally ask me anything you want within reason, and I will answer it. So yeah, we'll do that at 50k subscribers. I'll make that promise now. Once we get closer to that number, I'll put up a post and I'll start gathering questions and all the rest of it. And yeah, we'll do that. No problem at all. Yeah, like literally in England yesterday, it was 28 degrees, right? And today it's just raining constantly now. Crazy. It was like 32 degrees in London. And like, it's literally just been raining non-stop all day. Got absolutely soaked earlier. But it's like really like humid. It's just not nice. Daniel says, have you broken any more pots today? Mate, literally, there is soil all over my floor at the moment. It's an absolute mess up here. I came up this morning, right? This plant up here was on the floor, soil everywhere. I then started hoovering it up. I put the hoover down, and then I knocked off another plant that's over there. And there still is the soil on the floor over there. I haven't had a chance to clean it up yet. I need to hang this one up there. I keep meaning to do it, but I haven't done it yet. I will do it. Ying Ping says, is Yoro off for the second half? Yes, he has come off. all of the players who played in the first half have come off. The only one that stayed on was Onana, which is to be expected. He's a goalkeeper. So, yeah, I mean, the goalkeeper can't really get too tired, can he? It's not doing too much. It's chilling. Mila says it's only 19 degrees in Estonia. I think it's about the same temperature here in England. It's just raining a lot. Mulp says the second half is like watching paint dry. I without being horrible, I kind of agree. I said this was going to happen though, you know. I said the second half would be boring. It's to be expected. But it is what it is. Edward says, how is your dog? My dog is doing very, very well. The dog was up on the screen earlier on today. Everybody seemed to love the dog. Do you want to see him again? I mean, this second half has been pretty boring so far, hasn't it? So let's get the dog up. Here is the dog. There he is. I'll put him so he's covering up my face. You ready? There you go. Kieran is now a dog. How's that? Let me see if I can... Let me see if I can do something mad here. Give me a second. I'll come back to the football in a minute. All right. Here we go. I know people are probably thinking, what the hell is this guy doing? But there you go. How's that? And now the dog is me. Hello. 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 Yeah, it's a Staffy, yeah. Oh, Rangers. To be fair, just as I've done that, about 50 more people have joined the stream. So maybe people don't like the look of my face and would rather see a dog talking to them doing a watch along. What do you think? You know? So I just keep my dog there for the rest of the stream. Would people rather see my face or my dog's face? Most people are probably looking thinking, what the hell is this idiot doing? But, you know, that's all part of the fun, isn't it? That was pretty good of me, though, wasn't it? I managed to do that whilst I was live. I'm still watching the football, and I managed to do that as well. Somebody says, what's his name? His name's Quasi. I'll put his name in the chat. Quasi. Raworski says, someone probably unsubscribed. Mate, I'm not going to lie. Since I changed my photo to a dog, it went up 2 subscribers. People are probably watching like, what the hell is this guy doing? But, oh well. There you go. Yeah, I literally went up like 3 subscribers since I changed my photo to a dog. Maybe it's a sign. Maybe I should do all my streams with a picture of a dog instead. All right, the dog's going to go now. That's enough of the dog. That was just me being silly. It has been a little bit of a boring second half, though. So we've got to have a bit of fun, don't we? There's got to be some level of entertainment, you know? Raworski says, if you keep your dog on the screen for a week, you will get 10k more subscribers. You know what? There you go. He's back again. The dog is back. Do you know what would be cool if I could get his mouth to move? So when I'm speaking, the dog's mouth moved. RM says, is it the Daily Red Dog? Let's move him out the way. Let's put him over here. Let's put him down here in the corner. There you go. How's that? Now it looks like the dog sat next to me. I do apologise if people are thinking, what the hell is this guy doing? But it is a pre-season game. We're having a bit of a laugh. We're having a bit of fun. So there you go. I will move the dog. I'll cover up the Daily Red Devil logo and put the dog there instead. Salah says, should I go to sleep? I've been awake for almost 18 hours. I probably would, to be honest, mate, if I was you. Yeah, I probably would go to bed, mate. If you're tired and you've been up for 18 hours, then yeah, I would go to sleep because I'm just being silly now. I'm putting a picture of a dog as my face, and this game, I'm never going to slag off a youth player ever, but let's just say this. It's not been as entertaining as the first half. I think that's a fair thing to say. You know, these are all youth players. They're getting their opportunity. We might be lucky if one or two of them make it into the first team next season. Obviously, it's an honour for them to play for Manchester United, and I rate them a lot, but yeah, it's not the most entertaining. What else have we got? Christopher says, is the game that bad? It's pretty bad, yeah. The first half, honestly, was really good. And as I keep telling you, they're all youth players, so I'm not going to criticise them. The only one who's not is Hannibal. Robuski says, do you think anyone's going to buy Hannibal? I don't think so, to be honest, mate. I would be very surprised if Hannibal goes, but you never know in football, do you? Maybe he will. Maybe he won't. He's taking the free kick here. Joshua says, have you seen the other clubs who are interested in Chido, Obi Martin? No, I haven't. Let's have a look. And Amnat's asking about the shirt winners. Yeah, they were announced. I think Josh had the names already. Steve says Yoro is class. Yeah, absolutely unbelievable, mate. That's crazy, though, isn't it? That PSG are going to sign Victor Osimhen and Joao Neves. Massive signings. Craig says, I think Sancho played fine in the first half. Yeah, I thought he was good, mate. I thought Mason Mount did well. I think Ahmad did well. Yeah, for anybody who's asking about the shirts, it's if you go on the community section on the YouTube channel and you scroll down, you'll see the post about the competition and it says the names of the winners there. One of them's already contacted me, the other one hasn't yet. And I haven't seen him in the stream since, so yeah. I don't know how I'm supposed to contact him. I guess I'll leave it like a couple of weeks, and if he doesn't contact me, I'll give it to someone else. Obviously, I don't have the contact details for YouTube people's names, so I'm looking out for him in the chat. I don't think he's been in the chat since he won, so we'll have to wait and see. But one of the winners has already emailed me, and I'm sorting out the shirt with them now. James, I think his name was. And then he's a regular on the channel. And then the other guy, I can't remember what the guy's name was, but I haven't seen him on the channel since. So yeah, I'll leave it a couple of weeks. Obviously, I don't want to give his shirt to someone else and then him come back and be upset about it, you know? But if he never claims it, then obviously I can offer it to someone else. But I'll have to wait a few weeks. It'd be a bit harsh to give it to someone else, then him message and say, I want my shirt. A. Francis, who was the best player of the first half? Ahmad was really good. Sancho was good. Lenny Yoro was good. I thought Sancho was good. And I thought Mason Mount was good. And Toby Collier was good. Casemiro looked slow. Johnny Evans was just Johnny Evans. Wan-Bissaka was Wan-Bissaka. And Onana was decent. Who else was there? Wheatley was all right as well. But yeah, it was a good first half. Josh has just put the names of the winners of the shirt in the chat. Christopher says, why has it gone so flat? It's pre-season, mate. It's a completely different starting 11. As I said, probably best case scenario, one, maybe two of these players will ever play for the first team again. And that's not me being horrible. That's just me being realistic. Like, yeah, there might be a couple of these players that make it to the first team, you know? And that's just realistic. So it's always going to be expected, isn't it? You know, in pre-season that it's going to look a little bit flat in the second half of the game. Right, I'm going to get rid of the dog now. Dog's gone. Rangers nearly scored there. Daniel says, Onana is still not comfortable with balls coming into the box. He is so awkward. Yeah, I know, mate. He just like throws his arms up in the air, doesn't he? Like that. And it's like, if you make contact with anybody, it's going to be a penalty. RM says, have you got a Discord? Not at the moment, mate. No. It will be something we set up in the future, but at the moment, no. I've literally just been doing YouTube. There's no... there is no Twitter. There is no... Sorry, there is a Twitter. There's no, like, Instagram. There's no TikTok. All of that's going to come in the near future. I think there'll be, like, a Clips channel as well. This is what I'm meeting somebody about on Monday, I think it is. So, yeah, there should be some exciting stuff happening on the channel in the near future. Oh, dear. I just lost my pen. Got about 20 minutes left of the first half here. Yeah, people are chatting in the comment section that the bid's gone in for João Neves, yeah. Craig says, is there any word on the price for Ugarte? I mean, PSG still apparently are asking for 70 million, but I think it's going to end up being closer to 50. So, yeah, we'll wait and see what happens with that one. Oh, Manchester United are in here. Beautiful goal. Beautiful goal there. Absolutely beautiful. Lovely. That was nice. Very, very nice. Fair play to him. Joe Hugo. Beautiful goal. I'm just going to update the score. And we're playing against, like, Rangers' best team here, aren't we? That was absolutely beautiful. Really, really nice goal. Let's watch the replay. Yeah, beautiful finish. Good play from Manchester United there. Positive play. Joe Hugo, beautiful finish. Smashes it in. Who's number 4? Does anybody know who number 4 is? He looks decent. Nice finish, that. Christopher says, who do you think will make it into the first team? I think Toby Collier will. He was on in the first half. I think there's a strong chance that Harry Amas will. Other than that, we'll have to wait and see, really, you know. It all depends, doesn't it, with first team stuff? It depends on injuries. It depends on... Yeah, it just depends, doesn't it? When you think that like people like Pellistri and Ahmad haven't had any game time at Man United, and we signed them for quite a lot of money, Ahmad especially, like, yeah, it's hard to kind of predict who from the youth is going to get the opportunity. Obviously, Mainu's broke through. Garnacho has. I think Toby Collier will. I think Harry Amas might. Oh, Rangers are in here. Oh, Onana's all over the place. What's going on? Oh. Everyone's back now. Rangers were nearly through on goal there. Sylvanas says who scored? It was Joe Hugel. Really nice goal. Really nice finish. Proper striker's finish that was. Good defending there to stop that goal. Got about 20 minutes left of the game. There will be a show this evening as well, by the way, everyone. It'll probably be at 7 o'clock. Still quite a lot of stuff to talk about. So yeah, we'll do a show later. Everyone who's watching, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe as well, by the way. And like the video. There won't be like a match reaction or anything for this game. Just so you're aware. Is there any pre-season games after the America tour? Let's have a look. Real Betis. No, so we've got Real Betis. Who else do we have? I mean, the Community Shield's pretty soon, isn't it? 3 weeks today. Because usually once we come back from America, we play a few games, don't we? Just having a look. So we've got Real Betis. No, I don't think there is. You've got Real, yeah. I guess the Community Shields game's kind of like the equivalent of a pre-season game, isn't it? I think it's literally just the America tour, and then we go straight into the into the Community Shield, don't we? So Rangers are making all their subs now, so they've got effectively a whole team coming on. I'll be honest, I don't know any of these players coming on the pitch, not one. Literally don't know any of them. Josh says we still have time after the Community Shield to make signings. Yeah, we do. Yeah, the transfer window's open till the end of August, isn't it? So we've got plenty of time. Eugene says it would have been nice to have a pre-season match. Josh says the transfer window closes on the 30th of August. That's the Friday, isn't it? I thought it closed a bit later than that, but that's quite good that it closes on the 30th. So the Saturday and the Sunday, yeah, okay. Looks like it's absolutely tipping down in at the stadium. Got about 14 minutes left of the game here. Oh, that's a foul. Oh, God. Quite tired. Sharif says, how did Sancho, Yoro, and Mount play? Sancho, I thought was really good. Yoro was way better than I expected, and I expected high things. And Mason Mount, I thought was decent. So yeah, they all played well. No complaints about any of them. People in the chat are saying, when's Phil Jones coming on? I don't think Phil Jones is coming on, mate. Oh, there's the dog. There he goes. Hello. Gotta have a bit of fun. Let's see if I can put the dog back on. Here's the other dog. Let's put him down there. All right, there we go. Let's see what people are saying in the chat quickly. Yeah, it was a good first half. Really, really good. Really enjoyable. Second half's been okay. It's not been as entertaining. But, I mean, it is a lot of youth players. So, yeah. Let's get rid of the dog. Dog, go away. Robuski says, what time will you be back live later? I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. See what time this game finishes. I mean, this game's probably going to finish at 6. There'll probably be a lot of people doing like reaction videos and stuff, but I don't know. I don't think I'll do a reaction video. I don't really think there's that much to react to. Like, it was a good first half. Lenny Yoro was really good. Mason Mount, Sancho, Ahmad, really good. But yeah, I probably won't do a reaction video. So yeah, I don't know. I'll have a think about it. Yeah, I think it's a big year for Mason Mount. I do. He was really unlucky last season with all of the injuries he had and stuff, you know? Got about 10 minutes left of the second half here. Still 2-0 to Manchester United. Been a pretty comfortable performance, really. I haven't at any point felt kind of worried. Yeah, I think it's been a decent performance all round. Even in the second half, it's not been as exciting, but like, yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy with what I've seen. Can't complain. Eugene says, take a break. Someone's turned off the subscriber-only chat mode. I don't know who's done that. Oh, moderator turned on subscriber-only chat mode. Yeah, there will be a video later. It might not be a particularly long one. So I have been live quite a lot today, so need to go and chill for a bit, unwind. Obviously, if anything breaks, I'll go live, but I probably will record a video after this, I imagine. That's probably my plan. Because there are obviously still some big things to talk about. Craig says that Yoro ticked all the boxes on his debut. Yeah, he did, mate. Really, really good. There's still some murmurs about Man United going for Amadou Onana, but don't know. He hasn't done his medical yet. He hasn't signed his contract, so there is still a slim chance that Man United get him. And there's obviously this story about Zubamendi. Someone says, who scored the second goal? The second goal was scored by Joe Hugel. Nice goal. Very nice. Oh. Rangers have been pretty poor. I think Rosenberg were better than Rangers, genuinely. Harry Amas, let's see what you can do. I mean, Harry Amas does look decent, I think. He's been quite impressive. Christopher says, I think Lenny Yoro had a fantastic start to his Manchester United career. I would agree, mate. Craig says Anthony's got no place in this team. I agree, to be fair. Like, this isn't an agenda against Anthony. When you can see what Ahmad can do, like, why would you ever play Anthony? I'm sorry. I just don't think he's particularly good. It's been a pretty chilled second half, hasn't it? Yeah, I definitely think that Rosenberg felt like a harder team when we played them. I felt like they were quite good. Christopher says Sancho was wonderful today. I agree, mate. I think Sancho was really, really good today. I think him and Ahmad in the attacking areas were unbelievable. And Yoro and Collier in the more defensive areas. There's always going to be an agenda against Sancho because of what he did, and I understand that because it's going to take a long time for the Manchester United fan base to forgive Jadon Sancho. And I completely understand that. But we've got to give him credit where credit's due. I know it's a friendly. I know we're only playing against Rangers, but I thought Jadon Sancho was good. All the Rangers fans seem to be leaving. Everyone's going home. I mean, it is absolutely tipping it down with rain. Can't really blame them. Josh says, who do you think will be our top scorer this season? I think it'll be either Højlund or Rashford, I think. Billy says, do you think if Sancho has a good pre-season, someone will buy him? I mean, that's probably the idea by Manchester United, I think. Sharif says Ten Hag needs to cut his bias towards Anthony, Rashford, etc. Ahmad and the rest of them deserve their minutes. I agree. Definitely. Especially Anthony. Like, Anthony's never been played particularly well for Manchester United, has he? Whereas Rashford has at points. So... Got about 3 minutes left of the game here. Anybody who isn't subscribed, by the way, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. I assume most of you probably are subscribed, but I thought I'd just say it anyway. Someone said, how has Onana been today? I think Onana's been good. He's been good with his feet. Made some big saves. I think he looks confident. Obviously, there was no international football, so he's probably had a good rest, a good bit of mental recovery. So yeah, I think this season's going to be a big one for Onana. Oh, that was nice. Good tackle. It'll be interesting to see what happens with Hannibal. He's been here for a while, hasn't he, Hannibal? And I feel like he definitely is someone who probably Manchester United need to look to move on, you know? But I mean, a 2-0 win. I'm happy. Eugene says, is there a fantasy league code? I will be setting one up very, very soon. I'll put a message out soon about it. Someone's asking about Lenny Yoro. Yeah, Lenny Yoro came off at half-time. He's not playing anymore. Lovely ball there by Amas. Oh. Jack Fletcher's been working hard, to be fair. Darren Fletcher's son. Yeah, I've enjoyed this game. I'd probably give Lenny Yoro a 8 out of 10 today. He was very positive in the possession, passing the ball forward, made a couple of big tackles. Yeah, I was happy with what Lenny Yoro did today. Really happy. Should be the end of the game now. We've got about 30 seconds left. If that even. There you go. Full time. Thank you very much for joining me, everyone. I'm going to wrap the video up here. I have enjoyed today's watch along. I hope you have as well. I will be back probably at 7. Yeah, have a good evening, everybody, and speak to you all in a bit. Don't forget to like and subscribe on your way out. Bye for now.